All right, we are here live. I'm here with Will Nobles, TMT's VP of Client Coaching. Will is also a $10+ million MSP business owner of Vector Choice out of Atlanta, and I think many other different cities as well. He's proven system for MSPs to package and price manage services, the easy way to increase profits, and having your clients thank you for it. With inflation and rising costs, you can't afford not to raise your prices. And so that's why we've brought Will in. He's already taught several members, actually a lot of members on this. A lot of people come up and talking about, your customers thanking you, Will. A lot of our members are thanking you for this, of being able to teach them how to raise fees. And they've seen huge successes from it. So welcome, Will, on this quick preview call that we've got.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here. Can't wait for a boot camp to get here.
Yeah, so you've got a session. I think you're doing 2 sessions, or is it a 2-part session? Maybe it's a 2-part session that you're doing at boot camp next week on packaging and pricing. So yeah. What is one strategy from your blueprint that you're going to be going over in that 2-part? It's going to be a 90-minute session, 2 double 45-minute breakout sessions. What's one strategy from that blueprint that MSP owners need to know?
Yeah, it's definitely 2 sessions back to back with about a 15-minute break in between. Really, the biggest thing what I see is people are still trying to charge the low prices that were being charged 10 years ago. And they're scared to raise prices because they're scared of clients leaving them. So really, I'm going to be talking about what is the old way of doing managed services and packaging and pricing, and what's the new way. And really what's really exciting is I'm going to be giving away a pricing calculator to all attendees that are attending, and as well as an example comparison where they can build their own managed services comparison document.
Yeah, so when they've been doing it the old way versus the new way, like what's like that key piece of it, of what's the biggest difference between the old versus the new?
Well, the old way, in managed services is RMM, antivirus, and support, right? That was really the only thing that was included in. There's still a lot of MSPs that we coach that come through the program that's still what they're doing, right? But they're not adding the cybersecurity stack. They're not adding compliance to their tool set. And what's going to happen is they're going to get left behind with the larger and MSPs that are actually implementing cybersecurity and compliance into their managed services package. They're going to get left behind.
Yeah, so on this calculator, they can plug those in. They can customize it for their own use to be able to fit in their rates, their prices for their market.
Yeah, I made it very easy where you can do 36-month contract, 24/12, and month to month. Changes rates for you. You put your calculation of what increase you want to add. I've even gone to small, medium, and large markets. Obviously, reality is reality, right? You cannot charge what you charge in LA, New York, Atlanta, DC, the same prices that you might in a mid-sized market like Nashville, Baton Rouge, Mobile, Alabama, and and then the small markets where you might be in a small town. So, but it's still, with that calculator, you're plugging your price in, your hard cost, soft cost, as well as giving you the ability to still be profitable on the margins that we recommend you be at.
There's a myth out there, or at least there's a thought that's out there, that if you raise your rates, clients are going to leave you for someone cheaper because they're just going to go based on price, or it's that fear that causes MSPs not to raise their rates. Can you give at least just one example of a member you've helped that had this exact fear but followed the blueprint and was successful?
Yeah, one that I will say, I'm going to give you this story, but I'm not going to tell you to go do this story. And the reason why I say that is because I was doing the MSP launch workshop about 2 months ago. A member came to me and said, "Will, I listened to your advice. I went and raised all my clients' prices." I was like, "Great. How much did you raise it to?" And when it came out to, it was like 132%. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he said, "I did not lose a single client." Now, granted, he was, I think, at like $45 and not exact numbers, I can't remember, but like $45, and he raised it to $95. Now, I will tell you that is still low, but that's a big jump and a big risk to take to go that quick. And he didn't lose a single client going from $45 a computer to 95. And some of you might say, well, that's still low, but hey, that's a huge improvement for him. And gets him more money in his banking account where he can actually continue growing his company. So I'm going to teach you how to, one, go raise your prices to your clients, and how you won't lose clients, or if you do, that offset's going to really equal out. And also how to raise prices on your current pricing model, where you should go move forward with new clients, as well as how you should raise prices, even if you're in a contract. You should raise prices at least annually, because hey, just like this year, price is going up, cost is going up. I know my labor cost is going up about 16% of hiring, and plus my tools. I've got all kinds of emails the first of this year. Hey, we're raising your price 5%, 7% on the software tools we're using. So ultimately, we've got to pass that on to the client one way or the other, or you're going to drown.
Yeah, so that's a huge one that I know a lot of people are seeing of your presentation and using is, how do I build this into my contract so that it just automatically works into it? I don't have to renegotiate every single time or give this big notification every single time that I'm raising my rates, especially if I'm in that contract term. And I don't have to just stick with that same pricing for the length of the contract. I don't have to set the price today on a new contract. And if it's a 3-year, 5-year, whatever it is, I'm not just stuck at that one rate. You've got a formula and a way of being able to make sure that you're actually increasing that rate year over year.
Yeah, so I think two things out of that. One is make sure we do a 5% increase year over year on the annual piece of it. So that helps us keep up with inflation, the cost of doing business. But also not letting your managed services packages get past 3 years old. So even if I sign a 3-year contract, after that 3 years, you're not going to sign at the same price or the same package. And that's why talking about naming your packages of the current year. So you can actually, if you sell something in 2023, you go in 2025 and upsell them the 2025 package, right? So you can even upsell with doing QBRs and stuff like that, which is another section I'm doing at Bootcamp, is how to sell a client that's already in the contract with the newest, latest, greatest contract that you have as well.
Yeah, so this just been a quick 5-minute snapshot about what you're going to discover during Will's 90-minute session, 2 45-minute sessions with a quick break in between at boot camp next week. So attendees are going to get the schedule at the event. Unfortunately, all in-person tickets are completely sold out. We do not have tickets available here. We have sold out the event. We still have virtual passes available. If you're going to want us to join us virtually, if you're not coming in person here, you're going to get full access to all those recordings. Plus, your whole company can watch live there as well. So if you're coming, great. We'll see you here in Nashville next week. If you're not coming and you're not registered yet, take this as just that little bit of snapshot of what you can take to be able to turn this of something highly profitable for your business just out of Will's one session. And there's hundreds of other sessions that we have going on there, and you get full access to that. You can get tickets at robinsbigseminar.com. Hope to see you there in person. And if not, we'll see you on there virtually. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff. Can't wait.